You wake up at dawn on an ordinary Tuesday. Your apartment is quiet. Sunlight streams through the bedroom window, and you reach for your phone on the nightstand, like you do every morning. But today feels different, even though you don't know why yet. You open your banking app, and your heart stops. There it is, a deposit notification. $200, then another, then another. Your dividend payment has arrived. You sit up in bed, hands trembling slightly, reading the number over and over. $2,000. Your entire monthly rent, covered. Not by your paycheck. Not by a side hustle or a bonus. By money you earned simply by owning stocks. By compounding. By patience. By a plan you started exactly 3 years ago when you had almost nothing. This is the moment we're talking about today. The moment when financial freedom stops being abstract and becomes real. And if you're working toward this milestone, subscribe to the channel because we're going to show you exactly how to get there. Let me take you back to the beginning. 3 years ago, you were an average earner, nothing special. You made a decent salary, but like most people, your paycheck covered your bills and not much more. Rent was your biggest expense, and it ate up about a third of your income every single month. You realized something had to change. You couldn't earn your way out of this trap working a traditional job. You had to build wealth on the side. You had to let money work for you. So you made a decision. You would become an investor, not a day trader, not someone chasing meme stocks or crypto bubbles. You would build a dividend portfolio, a collection of solid companies that pay you money every quarter, just for owning them. Companies like Coca-Cola, Johnson & Johnson, Verizon. Boring companies, reliable companies, the kind that have been paying dividends for decades and will keep doing it for decades more. The math is simple but powerful. A 3.5% dividend yield means that for every dollar you invest, you earn 3.5 cents per year. If your rent is $1,200 per month, you need $14,400 annually to cover it. Divide that by 0.035 and you get $411,429. But wait, you don't need quite that much because of taxes. After accounting for a typical tax rate on qualified dividends, you need approximately $342,857. That's the magic number for $1,200 rent. For those paying $1,800 monthly, the math scales proportionally. You need $21,600 in annual dividend income. After taxes, that requires a portfolio of $514,286. But absolutely achievable, with consistent saving and time. And if your rent is $2,500 per month, that's $30,000 annually in dividend income needed. After taxes, you're looking at $714,286 in portfolio value. It sounds impossible until you see the year-by-year breakdown. Here's where it gets real. You're an average earner making $55,000 per year. After taxes and living expenses, you can save about $400 per month. That's not a lot, but it's consistent. It's unglamorous, and it works. Year 1, you save $4,800. You invest it in a dividend ETF or a selection of dividend-paying stocks. You start earning money on that money. By the end of year 1, you have about $4,900. $100 came from your own sweat. $100 came from compounding. It feels small, but you're planting seeds. Year 2, you save another $4,800 and add it to your growing pot. Your portfolio is now approaching $10,000. Dividends have paid you about $350. You're starting to notice it. Not life-changing yet, but real. Year 3, your portfolio crosses $15,000. Dividends are now paying you over $500 per year. This is the year you really start to believe. You can see the path now. It's long, but it's clear. Years 4 through 10, this is where compounding starts to sing. You're still saving $400 monthly, but now the dividends are doing more and more of the work. By year 10, your portfolio is around $60,000. Dividends are paying you over $2,000 annually. You can feel the shift. The money you're earning from compounding is matching the money you're earning from your job. Years 11 through 15, the acceleration is undeniable. Your portfolio grows to $110,000. Dividends now pay you almost $4,000 per year. You could cover a small apartment's entire rent just from the dividend checks. Years 16 through 20. Time has become your greatest asset. Your portfolio is now approaching $190,000. Dividends are paying you over $6,500 annually. You're more than halfway to the $342,000 goal for a $1,200 rent. Years 21 through 25. The compound effect is exponential now. Your portfolio crosses $270,000. Dividends are nearing $10,000 per year. You can see the finish line. Year 27. Your portfolio finally hits $342,857. Dividends are paying you exactly $14,400 per year. $1,200 a month. Rent covered. Forever. But here's the thing nobody tells you about reaching this milestone. It's not just about the money. It's about the freedom. It's about knowing that if you lose your job, you're not panicking. It's about knowing that if the economy tanks, you still have shelter. It's about the compound effect of small, boring, consistent choices adding up to something extraordinary. The person who reaches this goal isn't special. They didn't inherit wealth. They didn't get lucky. They made one decision, repeated it over and over, and then waited. They invested $400 a month. That's it. Over 27 years, they contributed $130,000. The market and compounding did the rest. The remaining $212,000 came from growth and dividends reinvested. This is available to you right now, today. You don't need permission. You don't need to be rich. You just need to be consistent. Open a brokerage account. Set up an automatic transfer of $400 per month, or whatever you can save. Invest it in dividend-paying stocks or a dividend ETF. And then do the hardest thing. Wait. Don't check your portfolio every day. Don't panic when the market drops 30%. Just keep investing. Just keep holding. Just keep letting compounding work. The math doesn't lie. A 3.5% yield on $343,000 is exactly the $14,400 you need to cover your rent. And somewhere around year 27, you're going to wake up on a Tuesday morning, check your banking app, and feel that same rush you felt in our opening moment. That moment when your dividend deposit arrives and covers your rent. That moment when you realize you've done it. If this video helped you see the path to financial freedom, please like it. Share it with someone who needs to hear that it's possible. And if you're committed to building wealth through dividends and boring long-term investing, subscribe to the channel. We're going to keep showing you the math, the strategy, and the mindset you need to make it happen. One last question for you. What's your target rent amount, and when do you think you'll reach your dividend income milestone? Comment below. I read every single comment, and I'd love to know where you're starting from and where you're heading.